Unbelievable. I can't believe you would say those things, Octo. You are so very terrible. We've gone live. So, anyway, anyway,
All right.
let me
Dick
you know
and die.
everybody's talking about like fucking P Diddy shit, or they're talking about you know a fucking Ubisoft going out of business, potentially going out of fucking business because they decide. I don't. You know what? This is the thing about it. I don't even care about playing as a black samurai. It's just the fact that they went out of their way to do that. You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting also is like if you care about your politics so much and you want to put that into your video games or whatever, okay, fine, do it. But if this is worth it to kill an entire company that has been there for years, for decades at this point, like
Well,
I wouldn't do it. I
look,
mean, even if I was the most like the biggest Democrat there is, and I'm so heavy into politics, like even when I see the numbers of my company going down, I would go like, "Oh, is this worth it?"
well, here's the
No, you
thing.
don't
Like, here's
understand,
the, let
Alco.
me
It's communism.
let me explain something. Right, a samurai, right, culturally for the Japanese is a like a revered title. You are somebody. You had to be somebody to be a samurai. You had to earn that fucking position. You had to earn that prestige. And it's kind of fucked. It's kind of a fucked situation. It would be like if you made a game, right, about it's Assassin's Creed India, and the protagonist is just some random fucking white guy who happened to be there, and all of a sudden he is a Rajput elite. It's just like
Are you
like
saying white people can't be Rajput elites?
well, it might be a little bit of an insult. All right, I'm trying to explain it to the Wokey crowd. Maybe you get it now. That's why
Aren't they
Japan
Nope.
lost their fucking shit.
aren't they always saying that when you do blackfacing, for example, you're putting on the I don't know how you say it, but like you're basically trying to be a black person, but you don't know how the struggle is for a black person or whatever.
Look, man. This
But they
guy,
can but they can't put on but as a black person, apparently can put on other clothes.
this character, all right,
That's allowed.
this character is the definition of blackanese. All right, if you've ever met a blackanese person, you understand what I mean. They are black, however, they're very much a fucking weeaboo, like obsessed with Japanese culture. Think, it's a Gundam, right?
Mm.
So honestly, I don't give a shit. Like, I really like. First of all, I wasn't gonna buy another Assassin's Creed game. Like, I was done with that series to begin with. But it's like, even if I was interested, I don't give a fuck if the guy's black or not. That doesn't make a difference to me. The thing about it is like, you didn't
Well,
offend
I think
me. You didn't offend me. You offended the fucking Japanese.
also is like well, I don't know. It's just you have been doing this now for years. You have turned every historical figure that it's not black into a black person, unless it's a guy like Hitler or whatever, because he did bad shit. But
Trust me,
like
that's coming.
you want to rewrite history into your own image, and then you're wondering why every time you do it, you lose money, like heavily, and you're
Okay,
still continuing it. It's like what is your goal here at the
don't
end of the time?
listen. Don't you know that Idi Amin and fucking Pol Pot were both white men? Okay, it's a fact.
Wow.
Just accept it.
I thought they were all yellow bellies because they lost the wars.
Oh my god, you're so horrible, Kingdom. Listen, all right, sending you to live
Wow.
it. I'm sending you to live at P Diddy's house.
I mean, it's pretty empty right now because he's fucking arrested. So
Well, just wait
there's
till
no
his.
parties happening over there.
I mean, just wait till his clones break out. And then it'd be like one. It'd be like they'll make the biggest freak off ever, and that's how they're gonna take over the world. Everybody's just gonna get freaked off. All
The
right, you're
diddler.
you're done, buddy. You're done. Okay. You've been freaked off.
Boy,
I don't think you
I'm sure
understand.
glad we're not live right now.
Ah, unbelievable. It's just, you know,
This
I
world
just,
sometimes is
I
really
don't.
funny, you know.
it just, it's astounding to me. It's like, bro, put business first. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Like, put business
We we
first.
we we like losing money. Duh.
Maybe they're hoping at some point it will turn around, you know, because I really think like, okay, there's literally people now that, you know, like I said, are heavily into politics and they really believe in what they, you know, in whatever they believe, you know, and then they're getting the positions at the top for some reason, and then they run their companies into the ground. They, you know, as a beer company, you for whatever reason decide, you know, our biggest audience are rednecks, you know, conservatives or whatever, and you for whatever reason decide, okay, one of our spokesmen now will be a trans person who literally, and not even just a trans person that's like normal. You use a trans person who literally acts like a cliche woman, you know, like completely over the top
They
and
don't even drink beer.
believes how this is how women act, you know, just completely bitchy and annoying and whatever. And then you wonder why nobody wants to drink your beer anymore.
Like
I mean,
it's just bad. Look, it's just bad marketing to begin with. Like, put everything else aside, put the political shit aside. It's just bad marketing. Like you okay. Imagine for a second. You ran a video game store, right? You know who your core audience is. You know who your core customer base is, and then
Yes, the sport nerds, the sport jocks.
and then you start like demeaning your fucking customer base. You start like talking down to your,
You're not
like,
very good at sport, boy.
the people who play our games are nothing but a bunch of fat, lazy incels. Oh, well, I can't imagine why your fucking sales have gone down.
I
You know,
somehow, I somehow still don't believe some of them would still buy the game.
it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. It's literally trying to put
Okay,
yourself,
Bilbo.
you're literally trying to put yourself out of business. How does
I
that
mean,
work?
we come from the wrestling video game side, and I mean, what has the wrestling, like, what has 2K ever done that really is like, oh my god, now I have to buy this game? Literally, they put out a glitch fest of a game a couple of years ago, and they still put it out, even though they knew it was shit.
Yes, but you know what the
And
difference
people
is?
still bought it.
But you want to know what the difference is? I'm betting that 2K probably didn't spend like 400 fucking $1 million on a game that just like it completely fucking collapsed. Like after they took it off they took it off everything. They just collapsed this game. It's done.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
never coming back. And $400 million later, it's like, bro, what? Okay, who was in charge? Who was overseeing this shit? Like, who from Sony came
Ori
down?
Ledesma.
Did you have to you needed, like, at $400 million, bro, you got to be like, dude, this game better be fucking phenomenal. We're going to be in your offices every single fucking day checking on the progress. You better have something each and every single day to show us. We have invested 400 fucking million. Well, to be fair, I think 200 million had already been invested by the company itself, but Sony bought the company, I think, for like 200 million, and then like
Mm,
they put another 200 million on top of that. So, and that on top of the fact that they had to just get rid of the game, shut down the live service, shut down any kind of monetization. Like, it's like, you're fucked, dude. Who was in charge? Who was overseeing this shit? It's like
I guess.
I don't even care about the politics. I give a fuck about politics. I'm talking about business wise.
I just like, I mean, I don't know how it was in your respective countries, but like when Hogwarts Legacy was coming out, like I know nothing about the game, okay? I know it's
Yeah,
about the Harry Potter world, okay?
Havoc,
But
Havoc,
like,
but Havoc.
yeah,
Here's my point. Yes, Sony wipes their ass with $400 million. That's fine. However, it's 400 million fucking dollars. Okay, that loss still that's it's just 400 million at this base. It's more than that, actually. It's probably upwards of like half a billion, if not
400
more.
million and one.
Like the potential revenue is upwards of like $1 billion. If you lose $1 billion, I don't care how much money you actually made. That looks bad. You know, to investors. These motherfuckers lost $500 million. Are you kidding me? I invested in this company to make money, not for them to lose $500 million. Like,
Also, Havoc, don't be a loser, okay? Go make sure somebody loses their channel today. Do something with your life.
Okay, Sony better watch out.
Yeah, I want you to report. I want you to report 100 streams today, minimum.
Okay,
hours.
you could be a doctor.
Especially
You
ours.
could be a doctor with a perfect record. I have done 100 surgeries and only one person died. You still lost one person. Okay, it still reflects negatively on you. Yeah, of course they'll be fine. They still got more money, but like they cannot afford to keep losing $400 million. You know that's going to catch up to them eventually.
I wonder how much money was put into the new GTA game. It has to be like an incredible amount of money. I mean, really, when you look at it, I mean, when was the last GTA game released? 2013. Has been like over 10 years at this point. And back in the day, they used to like what would it take them back in the day? Like 4 years to create a new GTA or whatever. Now it has been literally over a decade. So there has to be like a sick amount of money that has been put into this new one.
You know, Havy, you could just join the fucking VC.
Yeah, you too, Omega. And I would say the same with Jason Titus, but I don't think he's in.
Like, because you know, it's $400 million this time. How much is the next time going to cost? 800 million? 1.5 billion? I mean, how you know?
It's almost like a buzzword at this point. Like, try to get as much money to fucking create a game, and then just shit.
Dude, that's insane. I want you to think about how much money that is. $400 million. If you won 400 million, like, dude, oh shit, if you lost $400 million, or say you won $400 million in the lottery, right? You're $400 million richer. Like you'd never have to work again. You know, you could retire the rest of your life.
I'm gonna make a wrestling show.
You could finance. You could put your money into. You could put half your money into fucking making money for you in stocks and bonds and shit, and then you just live off the rest. Like $2 billion though. You know, like over the long course of how long GTA has been in development. Like that's at this point, you know, with the technology that we have and the cost of everything going up anyway, like 2 billion is that's not really that crazy for, you know, that long of a development. I can't imagine what fucking Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be. You imagine that like that game's been the last Elder Scrolls came out in like 2011 or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like of course the budget, you know, like I would, if you really want to get an idea, you'd have to do like some really like fucking really complicated math where you adjust for inflation and all that kind of shit. Like I don't know if budgets now are proportionally more expensive than they used to be. I mean, maybe they are, but like
crazy. Almost as crazy as fucking Kingdom over here. You know,
fucking Kingdom.
Forever going into FAM and believing that he could someday be an FAM world champion.
What a fucking
fuck you! You went to FAM. You went to Unite. How fucking crazy are you?
I mean,
my Octo only did one show for FAM.
All right, that's all everybody got. You get one show and you're done. Get out.
How crazy is DNA for basically creating Core as a whole?
Listen, it's not my fault.
I find it kind of offensive that Germans in FM usually only got like one segment and then they were done. You know, one German was once voiced by the man here in this call. Okay, at one show, and then this guy was never used again. And this other German, you know, he was used for the return show, and then he never returned again.
You got
Luckily,
You sound like you're holding a grudge against
listen. You got your representation. All right, stop bitching.
No, fuck FM. Okay, I'm suing them. For being racist towards Germans.
Listen, all the top stars of that show were fucking either Italian or Maltese.
That's true.
Everyone knows.
They were Italians named Alex and Andy.
Right?
Yeah, everyone knows Short Nova's Italian for his love of pizza.
Oh my god!
You want to know another ending?
Bash was Italian for his love of pizza.
You want to know another match that I was kind of proud of? Was they wanted who was it? It was Guns and J2F. Neither one of them were around anymore, right? but they wanted to like give a reason for their calls to disappear. So I suggested that they have they have an Iron Man match, and for every loss they take, they cannot challenge for the world title for 1 year.
Oh my god!
And then that way,
I remember this. Yeah.
And then that way they disappear. You have a reason to disappear. Well, I can't challenge for the title. Fuck, I might as well take off.
And then literally there were like what 6 pinfalls for each.
Yeah, like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah. And then we even put it into the storyline.
I just gave him the idea. I didn't tell him to go crazy with it. I figured, 3-4 years, you get rid of the characters and you bring them back.
Man, you're such an amateur. You should have just had Merc come in and just shoot them in their heads,
Listen, I couldn't compare. I couldn't compare with the brilliance that is Cameron Bash. Okay.
Exactly. Because he knew FA would only create like 3 shows a year, and so 6 years would go by like nothing, and then Guns can finally challenge for the world title again.
All right, you need
what you should have done.
That was not a Bash idea. That was an Omega idea. Still.
Listen. You know what you should have done was you should have made fucking Guns and J2F accounts and just made the most controversial fucking tweets so that we'd have to fucking cancel them. They're no longer welcome on the show, so we're gonna let them go.
They did some really autistic shit there for a while. Like for some reason they needed to make like fake accounts and that were like fucking
yeah.
It's just like what are you people doing?
Dude can't make fucking 3
obviously.
Accounts.
Come on. The best part about WWE is also when the wrestlers tweet. Okay? I follow every fucking person in WWE so that I can see what they tweet instead of what they're saying on the wrestling show.
Granted, Drew McIntyre is fucking hilarious with all this shit he does.
To me, the worst thing about WWE is all the scripting.
Well, then you maybe maybe wrestling isn't for you because everything is scripted nowadays.
No, I mean, but like they used to let wrestlers do fucking promos. They used to let them like cut promos and shit. Like just let them be themselves and go off or come up with some inspiring shit to say. But like they started handing them scripts, and then it just became a fucking just became a soap opera.
Well, maybe Vince figured out that, oh my god, Hunter is bringing in the entire indie scene. Oh my god, they only know wrestling from the fucking independents, doing millions of moves. WWE, so I have to fucking script them.
I'm just gonna straight say it. WWE ruined professional wrestling because it created a standard by which everyone else copies. Even when they try to be different. Even when it's TNA and they're trying to be different, they still end up copying WWE.
They're the same, yeah.
And I saw a tweet that was literally fucking AEW, like Tony Khan has managed to replicate 2010's fucking Vince McMahon WWE in just 5 years.
Oh my god.
Like he's just not letting fucking Phoenix go to the WWE because of some injury bullshit.
Yeah, he added time to his contract, yeah.
Yeah, so he's literally being a fucking dictator and he's not using wrestlers and all that.
Because there were rumors that him and his brother would go to WWE.
Yeah.
And so he's now extending that contract.
At one point.
Hang on,
I don't think it was rumors. I think it was actually happening.
I'll be right back.
You should all watch Ring of Valiance, okay? That's the real destination for great pro wrestling, okay?
Wait, which one? You mean the one Walton win and has done, or fucking Ring of Alliance, the one on Twitter?
Well, obviously that one, okay? You know, because we know the guy was running it, and he's fucking far more entertaining.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
We know.
We don't know shit.
Yeah, we know.
No, we don't.
We know the guy.
We don't even know if it is a guy.
I know it's a guy.
How do you know it's a
Because
guy?
I listened to him!
Did you know, freaking...
Fuck off, Kingdom.
I'm not going into...
Fuck off, Kingdom. Seriously.
No, you fuck off. You fuck the feathers off. How many Civ 5 matches have you won in your lifetime? None. Exactly.
I think yeah, exactly. The more I thought about it, I'm thinking about this every time I think about Octo. Octo never won anything. You know?
I mean, Civilization 5 again.
Yeah, exactly. You know, maybe I should do a maybe I should do a return to All Out. Okay, maybe I should just put myself
it's canon now. Octo, the character, like the wrestler with the mustache, has fucking played Civ 5 and he's never won.
Yeah, but my character never needed to win. You know, my character looked so fucking unique. You know, that you knew who Octo is. So
you know what he kind of looks like.
You never needed to win.
You know what he kind of looks like. Your character.
Hmm.
He looks like he kind of looks like the MMA version of the second guy you fight in fucking Punch Out.
Oh, now I have to look that up.
Von Braun or something. Von
Braun?
Von Braun or something. Like check out like opponents in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like the second one is a German guy.
Punch Out German. Oh yeah, Von Kaiser.
Von Kaiser, yeah,
that's his name. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has the same mustache.
Yeah,
not
he's
the
like
same hair, but the same
like
mustache.
That's what he always reminded me of. Was like the Von Kaiser character.
It's funny because I remember because the finalized Octo back in Unite, that was not the original Octo that I went into Unite with. I showed them, that my character was an MMA guy. They were like, yeah, that's fine. But you should make Octo bigger because he was like a light heavyweight at first. And I was like, no, we need a heavyweight MMA fighter. And it's like, okay, so I put him on steroids and fucking I looked through what can I do to make Octo look different, and then I saw this fucking mustache, this fucking old ass mustache that people would wear like 100 years ago, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I just put that on Octo, and for some reason it worked out, because nobody else was doing it.
Yeah. MMA characters tend to be they either tend to be like that's the problem. Like that's really a problem because you got some MMA characters like Dan Severn who was boring.
Has no charisma.
Yeah, until Owen dropped him on his head. You got Ken Shamrock, who, like, as a wrestler, he's good. As a character, he's goofy.
I mean, it's just. I mean, there are some MMA fighters who clearly take some of their inspirations from wrestling. This is why the MMA world was so big in, like, the late 2000s. And also into the 2010s. I mean, Conor McGregor was never the biggest fighter. He was never the best fighter, but he was definitely the biggest entertaining guy, and he took a lot of his fucking things pretty much from the pro wrestling world, to hype his fights.
Well, it's like when Brock Lesnar came back. Like I think he should have like leaned into that MMA notoriety and like changed up his style from being a fucking powerhouse into like a fighter. You know what I mean? Make himself seem like a tough. At least try to make yourself seem like a tough guy.
Yeah.
And then
no, he just looks big.
And then you see later on in Taker's career, he switched over to a more fighting boxing style.
Exactly. But as a character, he was still the fucking Undertaker.
Yeah.
Doing spooky shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah,
I'm fine. Like, I'm
I
fine
still
if you.
remember Michael
Like,
Cole.
I'm fine with, like, when you have like a legitimate background to put it into your wrestling. Like, 10 years ago, I would be like, yeah, absolutely. To make yourself look like an absolute killer. But nowadays, you should also like put a little bit more character. This is what, for example, Matt Riddle did. For those who know Matt Riddle, I mean, he was more than just an MMA guy. Fucking Kurt Angle. When he started out, he was not the fucking wrestling machine that he later on became in late of his WWE run or in TNA. He was basically the fucking wrestling machine there. But at the first like 1 or 2 years he was in WWE, he was a fucking geek. He fucking pretended to be a fucking dumb
Well,
fucking
no,
moron, but he
And then,
still
and
wrestled
then,
as a
to
great
and then
guy.
Stars
no,
dropped him on his head and
hang
he
on
became
now,
serious.
hang on now. Kurt Angle won the title undefeated.
No, he lost to
Ah,
Taz.
maybe forgot,
Yeah,
but like
they rocketed him.
maybe I said this. I'm not. So he was not a fucking idiot or whatever, but he was like he was doing more comedy with like Austin and McMahon and whatever shit. He was doing more of that
Yeah,
than what he would do later on. When he was like, okay,
but
I'm going in there just killing folks.
yes, but Austin even said like him and Kurt were both like injured when they were doing all the comedy shit. So it was
Mm,
just a way to get them on the show.
yeah, that's fine.
So I mean, it's like yeah, it's cringy, but
He was more of
it's
an entertainer than a wrestler. I think that's the right way to say it. During those first years, he was in the WWE.
I
Which
think
is important. You should do more than just do suplexes and whatever. There needs to be more in Vince McMahon's WWE.
well, I put it this way, like I think Kurt Angle really came into his own when they did the like the invasion storyline.
Yeah,
I think that's when Kurt Angle was able to like really cement himself as a major player.
true.
He's in the ring, he's taking on Austin at like SummerSlam and shit. Like he's cemented himself as a legitimate rival. He's not just second tier goof that gets, knocked around by The Rock and Triple H every week.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like Kurt Angle, if it wasn't for guys like Rock and Austin, I mean, he could have been like the number one guy even before that. But since he was in that time period where there were like a bunch of stars, basically, there were like, not just Austin Rock, there was also Taker, there was fucking Triple H, Shawn Michaels when he came back. So it was tough for Kurt Angle to overcome a lot of them, but he still, he improved his work. He then eventually turned into the wrestling machine Kurt Angle. Then there was obviously the brand split that always also helped him because now he could be, now the stars were split. Now there were a lot of stars on Raw, then there were a lot of stars on SmackDown, and there was more time on Kurt Angle to put in, and then he became eventually one of the, faces of SmackDown during that time period.
And then Big Show killed him.
And then you can, you do like 1,000 fucking sit-ups, eight egg white omelets, and you become like hardcore Holly, and you're just miserable and bitter.
That is literally if I can go back.
Peter.
If I can go back and we do this fucking most overrated wrestler again that we did like a couple of years ago, I would change The Miz because I recently watched The Miz's documentary and I have now more respect for The Miz to a degree. But to this day, I have no fucking clue why Bob Holly was in the WWE for so long. Because he was like in there for like what since like 1994 until like 2009. He was like 15 years in that company, and I have no fucking idea why.
That's probably the reason why they got their drugs. He's probably like a drug dealer for the fucking
because he was because he was never a great promo. As a wrestler, he was fine, but there were like 10, 20, 30 people better than him. It's like, what was the point of Hardcore Holly being in the WWE for so long?
You know what? He did have one good promo. He had one good promo. It's when he came walking out with Crash, and Crash is holding the fucking scale, and he's like telling. I think I want to say he was telling the Brood, right, that they needed to weigh in to make sure they were a super heavyweight, and then he's like, how about you, Dracula? Why don't you get your fat ass up here?
Okay, did you say that? Okay, that sounds funny. But that's the thing also. But there's also another factor. Like people remember Crash Holly way more. You know, they remember him fondly more than fucking Hardcore Holly.
You know what? Those guys were trapped in the fucking in the hardcore division, and like the hardcore division was where you sent people when you didn't have anything else for them. Here you go. Here's Road Dogg, and here's the Big Boss Man, and here's Crash Holly, and here's Kai and Ty, and here's fucking Al Snow, and you know, like that's
they
where
tried to revive that a couple of years ago, and it was shit.
Well, I mean, that's why they had to have, like, for the hardcore match, that's why they had to have that hardcore scramble. We have nothing for you guys to do. We're just going to put you in a hardcore match.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you are not part of the storylines. Sorry, guys.
And they literally tried to recopy that a couple of years ago with the 24/7 title, and all they fucking did was the champion was constantly chased by like a bunch of people, like just 6-7 people running after the champion. There were no funny skits, like not really a lot of them. I mean, I only remember Jinder Mahal being pinned on an airplane. That's like the only thing I remember from that fucking thing. And the other thing is just people running after the champion. It was so fucking lame.
Like they came up with ridiculous scenarios back in the day for that 24/7. But like that, but there's, you know what? Like people look at the Attitude Era, I think, with like jaded lenses. You really have to watch it again. Yeah. There was some pretty cringy shit, like Mae Young giving birth to a hand. You know why she gave birth to a hand? Because her and fucking Moolah were lesbians. So they be
and Moolah lost her hand in fucking Mayo. Just it's just what the fuck. I mean,
yeah, because she got finger banged. You get it?
Yeah, I know.
That's why she's giving birth to a hand.
Yeah.
So like,
I got that joke when I was like 15 years old. I got it back then already.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that was a Russo one.
I think it was after Russo.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe it was like in 2000. Russo was already in WCW at that time.
I don't think so. Maybe I got my time.
I believe. I could be wrong.
It was so long.
I could be wrong as well. I don't know.
Like there's key points of the Attitude Era I remember, like watching live, and it was just fucking fantastic. You know, like Austin stunning Santa Claus. That was just fucking great.
That turned the business around from TNA. WCW fucking kicked ass for for like a year. And then Austin stunned that Santa Claus, and that was it.
You have to understand how fucking over Austin was. Like this motherfucker could do no wrong.
Tell me more.
If he beat you up, like you could just be the cameraman, and he'd be like, "What the fuck did that cameraman do to piss off Steve Austin?"
He could have curb stomped a fucking little dog, and people would have cheered him.
Fuck that dog. All right, give it a stutter. He he was over, dude. He was just fucking over. People loved him. Every time the glass every time the glass broke, everybody's on their feet. They're on their fucking feet.
It's funny because WWE never had like big plans for him. Like they just brought him in, and Vince McMahon pretty much said, you know, I think I don't know where I got this, but he literally said, "Well, I got nothing for you after a couple of months," and so he literally then got over, you know, cutting that promo at the King of the Ring, and then the storyline with Bret Hart that was also a big kicker for him.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. If you're making him win King of the fucking Ring, what do you mean you got nothing for him? King of the Ring is supposed to be like the launching point where you go from like, you know, lower card to mid card.
Wasn't the story from that King of the Ring that it was supposed to be Hunter Hearst Helmsley first who won it, and then the curtain call happened?
No. That was the next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the next year. That was the year that who won it in who? No, you're right. No, you're right.
Should I have a look?
No, you're right. The curtain call thing happened because they left in '96. Instead of Helmsley getting the King of the Ring that year, Austin got it, and Helmsley got it the next year.
Yeah. I was just looking at it right now. Yeah, Austin won it in '96, and Helmsley then won it the year afterwards. In '97, he won. So then the heat was off of him.
And then in like '99, fucking Ken Shamrock won it, and then he never went anywhere. He just became like a fucking corporation stooge.
Yeah. So Mabel won it because they wanted to make Mabel into something in '95, but that went nowhere.
Most of them do go nowhere. I mean, you got Bret Hart won it. He became champion, or he was already champion. I don't know. But then Owen Hart won it one year.
'94, yeah.
And then like Mabel was in '95, and then like '96, '96 was Austin, '97 was Triple H, '98 was Ken Shamrock, '99 was Billy Gunn.
The best one, yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you do this to yourself? We have to kill King of the Ring because we keep embarrassing ourselves. But to their credit, the last two King of the Rings before like 2006 all became champions.
Yeah, Edge went on, eventually became like one of the bigger names. Brock Lesnar obviously was he was a beast of a man, even at 24 years old or whatever he was in 2002. So yeah, that was at least good decisions. Kurt Angle won in 2000. He also became one of the greats. So there are some good winners here, but then you look in the later years. You look at 2010, Sheamus. He did nothing. Ben Barrett, 2015, did nothing.
Like maybe died 3 years later.
Like my suggestion to WWE would be to drop your pay-per-view events, your events or whatever you want to call them, to 6 a year, and then build longer storylines. Get people invested in the story before you end it at the finale.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I remember those 2010s vividly because I was watching wrestling at the time, more than I'm doing now, but I just remember, they brought back stuff like King of the Ring, and it's like, okay, so who's going to win it? Is it going to be a newcomer, to give him kind of a push? But no, it was then Bad News Barrett, who at the time did nothing. And I was like, okay, maybe they want to push him again. Maybe they want to do something with him now. No, the first pay-per-view he had was a match against R-Truth in the pre-show. He lost. And I was like, what's the point? What's the fucking point? Why do you give him the fucking King of the Ring crown if you just put him in a meaningless feud against R-Truth, who then also loses to? And then like a year later, for surprisingly, Barrett left the WWE, because there was nothing. They had nothing for him anymore.
It's just
It was funny.
I hope it's not Vince still making decisions.
Nah, he's out.
Yeah, the rumors
I think he technically. I don't know. I mean, I think he has now sold some shares, but like, I think technically, if he wanted to, he could come back.
He just doesn't need to, dude. Just like you're almost at the end. Sorry, Vince. Everybody has to die at some point. It's your turn.
I heard like a year ago his mother is apparently still alive. So
what the fuck?
That's crazy. Yeah. His mother is still alive.
She consumes
like 100.
She consumes child souls to fucking prolong her existence.
So, somebody said this on a podcast, and he was like, imagine if his mom goes to up like 100 or whatever. You can imagine how long Vince could still be alive. I was like, this guy could this guy could be in his 90s and still write fucking wrestling shows,
He's still waiting for that inheritance he's getting from her. He's just waiting for the old bag to kick it.
He's fucking eating the dead fetuses, dead fucking babies, and fucking eats to become like 200 years old or whatever, and still writing wrestling shows when he's on death's bed.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
You listen too much Joe Rogan.
Why, Vince?
Doctor.
Okay, why? Why'd you have to leave dildos everywhere? Okay, I think you're kind of a weird dude. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I have this feeling like Vince McMahon is like our Rom. He's just kind of a weird dude, you know, that you put up with.
Yeah.
Nah, Vince McMahon was far more he had far more success than Rom ever
Well, I
did.
mean, like Vince McMahon has like a shit ton of money. So you know when you're that kind of weird and you have money, then you're able to fucking manifest your weirdness in more and more ways.
That's
Rom
true.
Rom can't even fucking upgrade from Windows XP. That
Yeah.
okay, he's afraid to go back to Pirate Bay and download the latest fucking software. Unbelievable.
How did
Unfucking
you
real.
how did you guys like, exist next to him for all these years? How can you bear him?
I didn't hear much of Rom. Honestly, I didn't hear much from him. It was more like you know, when we first had like the production meeting of like laying out Faminiversary 3. And then like basically after that, I didn't have too much more input except when Rom would call me up and be like, I need these lines, or I need these,
or you're fired.
this commentary,
Yeah.
and
Need
then
these lines, or you're fired.
Well, you always had like the best stuff to do in call. You could only just do commentary and then just do whatever jokes you wanted, and occasionally also doing like voice lines for characters or whatever.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's like the most chill position in this fucking.
Well, it's like they kind of
thing.
understood. They kind of understood that, like, I have a job and 2 kids, and I've got like a family life I
Yeah.
have to take care of. So
True.
it was like they tried not to bother me as much as possible,
Yeah.
which was fine by me. I could do my side projects. I could write my rap songs, that type shit.
That's fine.
Here's the thing about it. Like, I don't hate Rom at all. Like, I still like Rom. He's still my boy. He's just he doesn't reach out to me. All you gotta do is reach out, Rom. Okay? I'm not gonna fucking bite you. I'm not gonna bite you. I'm just gonna laugh at you for goofy shit, just like I always have.
Then he bites you.
Just
So if
like
he comes, if he comes out of nowhere and says, "DNA, I need a commentator for a show," would you do it?
Rom, I'm not making fun of you about anything that I haven't made fun of you about before. Okay? Just reach out. Just reach out. Come on, one of this.
That's Rich Octo with you talking about biting hands and everything.
Oh my god. This man is a hand biter deluxe. All right. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know how you made it. I don't know how you made it this far, Octo. A fucking job. Look at you. Where's your $3,000 electric bill? You doing this call shit right? Or do I need to leave you in a
apparently not.
Or do I need to leave you in a pile of sweat and cum?
Oh my god!
Now call me daddy or get blocked.
I should have done this the right way. I'm a horrible person to do the call. I pay my fucking bills. I never write fantasy stories about leaving a person in a pile of sweat and cum.
Well, here we go, Octo. How about this? Why don't you bring up the the Twitter stuff? Since we're here, might as well knock it out. It ain't gonna take us that long. Can you stream the Twitter stuff, or do you need me to do
it? Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
I'm saying just so we can all see it.
Give me a second. Is there a specific tweet you want to read, or
just go to the account and then go to replies.
The like what replies? What do you mean?
Just go to the account, go to replies, and then just scroll down.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now stream it to this. Stream it to Discord.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second here. Boom.
Okay. Let me get this set up real quick. I just gotta.
Some is in German, so I know my Octo Twitter is in English, so all fine.
Window capture. Okay. That's the ticket right there. Just got to resize it. Alrighty.
What happened here?
Okay. So we should be window captured now. I'm just trying to make sure it's. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna full size it so everybody can see. All right. So no, go to the guy's account. The drama this week.
Oh, yeah, okay. You mean Machine Gun Bubblegum or
No,
the other one
the other one.
that we had like a couple of days ago? That our good friend.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let me see.
Mr. X. Okay, we'll just refer to him as Mr. X. That way, nobody has to know his real identity. I mean, her identity.
Yeah.
Maybe its identity.
Omega.
Was it in core tweets? Let me see.
Yeah, it should be there.
Let me see.
Mr. X provided us with the profile.
What was it? Can't find it. This was recently, wasn't it? Was it this week?
Yeah, it just happened a couple days ago. Jesus Christ, let me find this shit.
Just can't find it, dude.
God, I thought I was fucking wasted. Listen to this guy. I can't find it. Jesus Christ, DNA.
Was it the guy that went after the fucking divas in core? Was that the guy?
Yes.
Okay. I think I found it now. Yeah, I think I found it now.
Okay. So I just want to
bring X's rules.
Oh my god.
No. Yeah, of course. This is why we need to do breaking news streams. As it happens.
I can do streams when I can do streams. Okay. Go to where's the account? Who is the account?
This guy, right?
I think so. Okay. Just go to replies.
Let's have a look.
We can read all the replies.
He lacks any kind of awareness, but we can tell he's emotionally and mentally handicapped. He would be blocking people left and right and calling people ugly or bitches, but here we are with the circus of a clown. He doesn't stand on anything he says. You need a fucking English dictionary, but grammatically, what are your
English? You need an fucking English dictionary, but grammatically, what you're saying makes no sense. And fucking English. Oh my god.
Shut up and get at me when you can't articulate yourself like an adult in English, cunt. So he's Australian.
Wow. We don't claim them.
No.
Okay, let's have a look.
Let's see.
Because he's a pussy, that's why. Using intimidating words, but it is as soft as a cat's fur. That goofy bitch. I keep hitting you with straight facts and you're deflect. So this is 16 hours ago. This shit has been going on for days now. At the end of the day, you're a loser, and I owned every single one of you bottom feeders with one word: cringe.
The simps are out in fucking rare form today. We must simp for our call queens. Yes, queen. Slay him on Twitter.
How you blocked me, a woman? I highly doubt that. But wanna act tough now, coward? You're softer than my pussy on wet.
Oh my god. Come see it at my call OnlyFans.
This is how fucking women, speak.
I'd honestly not be surprised if that existed. I'll be honest with you. I just would not.
I believe there's some people, yeah. Added to that, you keep posting my course because that's perhaps the first time you've ever posted anything of quality. Yet no one is agreeing with you that mine are bad, and even if they did, I don't care. You have gone bonkers over one word: cringe. Get a life.
You don't
Calls are not real.
You don't care, but you cared enough to respond.
Yeah, you have been responding for days now. This is fucking amazing.
Like, dude, you ignore them. You ignore them. The more attention, like, unless what you're looking for is attention, then I guess you got what you wanted. But like, I don't know. I didn't. If he says they're cringe, why do you fucking care? Who gives a shit? Why do you care if somebody calls your call cringe?
He mad as fuck, but claims to have this life outside of this. I'm calm, baby cunt. It was a dumbass friend who lost her cool. I went crazy because of one word from me. Cringe. With one word, I made her lose her damn mind. You bunch of oversensitive no-life freaks. One word. How good am I?
Yeah, welcome to the call community.
Right.
Did you get here yesterday? You didn't realize that call has become a bunch of fucking oversensitive cancel pigs?
Yeah, where have you been? How long has he been existing here? June of 2022.
He is new.
Yeah, I still see your shit as cringe. Bad hair, bad outfit, face overdone, makeup, and the ice on the cake was the annoying cringe voice acting. You can bash my core all you want, I don't care. It's not a real person. You basement dwellers get butthurt when someone does like your car. So literally what they're all doing now is just they're going bananas over, some person saying, that the call looked like shit, and then the other persons are just...
Yep.
They're constantly going after each other now over that fucking reason. This is fucking amazing.
This is like way more attention than I wanted to pay. I would ever pay for, paid anything like this. Like of all things, oh, your call doesn't look good. Yeah, that's nice. Keep it moving. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about your opinion to begin with. So it's not like it's gonna piss me off.
Oh my god, what is this shit here? This is actually cringe. This fucking title here.
Just again, this reminds me of back in the day, around 2000, around 2009, 2010. Back in the day, around 2009, 2010, when people would fucking make videos bitching about not being in somebody else's top 10 list. And that person who puts out the top 10 list has like, I don't know, 30 fucking subscribers. Like, what do you give a shit? It was so stupid. People starting drama over not being on some fucking 30 subscriber page top 10 list. How dare you put me below J2F?
I'm better than J2F ever was.
As I said before, the biggest problem Car has is the Car community itself,
I mean, I've always been a shit stirrer. I've always been a fucking troll. I don't know why people think I've changed. Like, if anything, I've calmed down. If anything, I don't start as much shit as I used to.
Yeah. I bet when we go back and watch some of the old FM stuff, I bet you there are jokes in there that you have told that people nowadays would say as as bigoted or racist or whatever.
I tried.
And back
I tried. I tried to get as much I tried to get as many racist jokes as I possibly could get away with.
Yeah, but my point is back then they all loved it,
Yeah.
And nowadays it's the worst thing ever. Oh, this guy needs to be cancelled. Millie, will personally make sure that I ran DNA out of this community. And DNA will say thank you.
Oh, how dare you refer to fucking China as Manchuria. Okay? In the early 1900s.
Yeah. Also, he's racist as well. Try not being black and stupid for a change.
Whoa.
Well, stupid, I can see. I don't know how they're going to stop being black. I don't.
Oh my god. All right.
Let's do a whole Michael.
Anything else?
I can't co-sign that statement. It is a little racist.
Visibility limited. You didn't win here, you dumb bitch. What a cunt you are. I just got bored of this. You're a cringe cause you need help with, and you're a stupid cunt.
Well, somebody like shut down their Twitter. I don't know who.
Who gave
He didn't do it.
them the Australian card?
So everyone's asking me, Lexi, why did you want to fight Neo?
Is that the voice that he's so pissed off about? I don't know.
Says the guy playing the role of keyboard warrior. Shut your dumb cunt up. Are they typing this with their cunt? What do you mean?
Apparently. LOL, freedom of speech. This is the internet, you fucking hillbilly. Do you really think people care about that shit here? Motherfucking freedom of speech is the right to express opinions without government interference or censorship from it. Nowhere does it say it about day-to-day life, because in reality, no one gives a fuck about your criticism or your dog shit life. The point of some of the amendment rights was for the government, not to be cunts to the people.
That is true. That actually is true. He's right about that. It's like the Constitution of the United States is not. It's a contract between the government and the people. Right.
Sure.
So,
but still, but calling people what, like bitches or whatever, or telling them how much they suck, that's not freedom of speech.
But freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. You know, if you walked up to a bunch of Muslims and yelled, something derogatory about Allah, you can't be surprised when you get fucking your ass kicked.
That's stupid.
It is what it is. Like there's the Constitution, and then there's free will, and there's common sense. There's some things you just don't do because it doesn't make it's not going to benefit you in any way.
But if you're so fucked up, if
you're Rom and you're walking around New York and you see a bunch of black guys standing around, and you start casually throwing around the N-word, and Bash somehow gets beat up trying to defend your stupid ass. There was some consequences that Rom probably should have faced. But again, Bash had to come out like a white.
I personally, well, for some people, whenever there's some people that really want like white people to say, the N-word so that they have an excuse to beat them up or whatever. The same goes to like, Muslims. I feel like some of them, at least like the radical ones, whenever you like say something bad about their religion, then they see that as a satisfaction or like a justification to like beat people up or whatever. Which is fucking stupid. It's like if you're this fucking if you hate it, you're living in a country where this is allowed, then maybe you shouldn't live here.
I'm just gonna state this for the record. I think statistically there is at least one black woman out there who gets off on being called the N-word, like by a white guy. It's some kind of fucking weird fantasy in her head.
Sure. It's some kind of fetish, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
They have like a fucking slave time fetish.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I'm sure it exists somewhere. I don't need to see it. All right. I don't have any more time left, so I still have to go now.
All right.
Yeah. We need to do a stream sometime next week when everybody's here.
Yeah, we're gonna have another stream. I'm just doing this one today because I figured it was Sunday Fun Day.
What's the only time?
We could, I just started my vacation, but again, I'm gonna be on vacation. Wife's gonna be over at work, so I'm gonna need something to do. So I might be doing more streams this week.
Hey, we can do one. We can do one the next week. Without the boys. If they're at sleep. The Australian cunts being 7 hours or 14 hours in your case ahead.
Yeah, well, the time zone thing really fucked me over. But again, again, I just wanted to do a stream as a matter of content.
I mean, you're always streaming when it's like early for you, right? It's like 9 a.m. or whatever, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, that must be fucking. That must suck.
I mean, but I'm still up. I'm still up because I drank like a fucking energy drink last night, so I probably won't fall asleep until 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
I get that.
and beginning of my last vacation, just wanted to do something for fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, Unbelievable, unfucking real.
Like talking about RV.
God. I
uh,
don't even know what to say to these fucking guys. I don't know what to say to you anymore, Walton. Like, bro, what have I told you that was going to put you in a worse position? You know,
I
yeah,
mean, he will he will do something stupid again, okay, and then we have something to talk about again. It's guaranteed with him.
it just like there's like a certain quality of life you want to have before you start worrying about putting out fucking call shows that aren't making you a dime. You know, that
Unless you're an SWW, but you left that place too.
I mean, there's passion. Like Tupac had passion. The guy sat there and wrote fucking 6,000 goddamn songs. You know,
Yeah,
but if he was sitting at home writing 6,000 fucking songs, it doesn't matter if he died. You know, it doesn't matter when he dies because none of the songs
yeah,
got recorded
yeah.
or nobody listened to
Right.
him. You know, he made mixtapes and only 10 people listened to him.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, next week maybe we'll talk about FM Unite or whatever. You know, whenever maybe there will be some new car stuff out there. You know, stupid car stuff that we will talk about. So
Oh, like I said, I'm gonna do more
will be
streams. So
hilarious.
I'm gonna do more streams this week. So like maybe if I'm on and you happen to be home, just jump right in. Maybe
Sure.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe like times will fucking we can we'll figure it out. We'll see
Yeah,
what
we'll
that
figure out. Yeah.
we'll see what it is. We'll let it be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let this one. I'll just let it go. All right, we'll come back for another stream.
Uh,
Another stream another day.
yeah.